Hello my friends, Boomy here once again with another video for you, my Swtor brothers and sisters. How's everyone doing today in a galaxy far, far, far away? If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button for all your Swtor fun news, gadgets, and updates right here, right now. My friends, we have some news coming from BioWare, and we foreshadowed it a bit in the last video when they wanted to come out and talk to all of us about toxicity in the game. And they also want to talk a little bit about backfill when it comes to placing people in ranked PvP and PvP and all that jazz as well. Now, a lot of you have been on the channel before. You sort of know my views on toxicity, which I will talk a little bit about. I'll give you a very Cliff Notes version of this at the tail end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But let's get into the new post here by Chris Schmidt, and see what BioWare has planned and what they're going to do with the troll of toxicity. Chris Schmidt says, as I've mentioned in my previous post, I want to chat a bit about toxicity and what actions we're taking to reduce friction points in the game that can lead to toxic behavior. In general, our philosophy in regards to toxicity and harassment is there is no room for it in our service. But it's not quite as simple as find the toxic people and remove them, because there is no one-size-fits-all solution. Oftentimes, folks are just having a bad day, and some friction point in the game rules or mechanics can exacerbate this and lead to a negative or harmful social experience. So we have to take a bit of a holistic approach to toxicity and remain committed to improving the game and the service over time across several avenues. Reporting. As a member of the Fair Play Alliance, and I can't poop on this alliance at all because I have a friend who is part of it, so I can't do that. I'll be a nice Boomy right now. As a member of the Fair Play Alliance, EA is committed to providing a safe space, I desperately hate that term, to play where all are welcome. As part of all this, toxicity and harassment actions that the customer service team apply to folks violating the terms of service are being escalated to more severe actioning. However, they're not telling us what that is. But hey, listen, we all have crappy days. It's going to happen. Now, some people are more mature and know how to stow those emotions back and just use this game, use any game they might be playing as a way to release and decompress from that crappy day they're having, or crappy year of 2020 they are having. And there are some people who just, you know, the emotion takes control, it controls them, and they just let everyone on Fleet, everyone in general chat, know how their day's going, and they want everyone to feel just like they do. But then there's the third person who is just being a complete douche canoe and just wants to make everyone's day completely horrible. Those are the people we should be targeting. But like they said, it's hard to target. And then there are the people who report, and sometimes I believe there are a little too many Karens in our world, and some people get a little bit too report happy with stuff that might offend them or might not, when the rest of us are like, yeah, we're totally cool, he's just blowing off steam, so calm down. I really think it takes more than just BioWare or EA taking actions. I think it just takes sometimes a little bit of common sense, and just, you know, sometimes you have to realize someone's just having a crappy day. And then, then we have to, like, realize and open our eyes and take a step back from our own emotions sometimes and think, okay, this guy's, the way they're acting, they're having a crappy day. Or, yeah, that guy just keeps going after this one person constantly. They've shown a pattern of pure trollish toxicity. Yeah, that person should probably be reported. At the same time, this is my one-stop shop solution. Turn general chat off. Just turn it off, or simply ignore. Ignore these people. They feed off everyone's reactions. They feed off people reporting. That's what they feed off of. The thing you want to deprive these the true toxic players, ignore them. That is the best way to do it. Sometimes we have to put our big boy and girl pants on and just do that. I know that kind of flies in the face of what a lot of people are taught these days in our school systems, but guess what? Sometimes we just have to turn the other cheek and walk away. And more often than not, those bullies will stop and find someone else. Now, like I said, that's just where I come from. My experience with life. I have a psychology background. That's in one of my degrees is in right now. So I get it. I get their behavior. I get the psychology behind it. But at the same time, I take a realistic point of view of this. It's a game. We have real human beings playing this game. Everyone has their triggers. Everyone has different types of emotions. Everyone expresses their emotions through different channels and different things. Not making it right when people decide to have a tantrum inside general chat. I agree with that 100%. But at the same time, sometimes we need to take a step back, look at the bigger picture before we start pulling that trigger on the report button. Just saying that it's okay. It is okay. And you know what games are, and like I said, I hate this term, safe space, because technically there really is no such thing, because everything we have is trapped in our minds, but that's for my soapbox channel. But a lot of people come to video games, come to sports games, come to movies or whatnot to escape the realities that they live in. And yeah, a lot of people don't want to come into a game and be confronted with the same crap that they're being confronted with in real life. I totally get that. I get that 100%. I totally do. But like I said, turn Gen Chat off, ignore these people, /ignore on that person right there. And yeah, if they do escalate things, if they do try to follow you on another tune, then yes, please go ahead and report them. But more often than not, the third category of these people are just looking for a rise out of you. Don't give them that opportunity. Don't do that. And some people just need to vent. And, you know, unfortunately, sometimes games, trade chat, gen chat, whatever game you're playing, that might be the only avenue they have to do it. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong. I think sometimes we have to lend a little bit of understanding as well before we throw the baby out with the bathwater. But that's where I stand. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on that one. So let's continue with this. Sorry about that. Got on my soapbox a little bit. Backfill and decline deserter improvements. We're always trying to improve our matchmaker, especially the backfill mechanism in solo ranked PvP matches. Players have manipulated the system in order to gain an advantage or to try and mismatch teams missing certain roles, typically by declining matches at a particular role. In Game Update 6.1.4, we've improved the backfill system so that if a tank or healer declines a match, because those are pretty much the ones we're waiting on, it will backfill with the same role if one is available. In addition, we are increasing penalties on players declining multiple matches for ranked PvP. The vote to kick. We've all witnessed and experienced this monster. It's a thing. Vote to kick was a feature implemented years ago with the best of intentions, giving players the power to remove a toxic member of their group or someone who's just not performing or someone who's standing in a corner. However, we've seen behavior change over time towards vote kick being abused not to remove harmful players but to harass or troll legitimate ones. Part of me wants to stand back and go like, you just now figured this out? When you implemented this thing, you did not realize that is what this is also going to be used for? This happens all the time. Not saying that's fair. It's definitely not. But it's a mechanism. People are going to do that. If they don't like you or if they're going to troll you, guess what? It's part of the game. Like I said, it's right. It's not wrong. It's neither of those. Sometimes that's just the nature of the beast of that type of mechanic right there, the vote to kick. And a lot of times I've been in matches before where one person will continue to vote to kick this one other person out, and the rest of us will just decline that and not kick that person out because it's a democracy sometimes. And then that one guy who's being a troll and the true toxic player just leaves a match, and you just wait for a tank, and it's typically a tank to get in there and do their business. Because a lot of times you're going to find you have new players coming in, you have new PvP players coming in, they're not quite sure what they're doing in there. Yes, they're not going to perform at the height of what that class should do. It is what it is. And yeah, they're the ones who are going to be targeted the most. I get that. I totally get that. That's why, I will say for the most part, in this game, 98% of the time, you're just going to run into great players and people who are willing to help in this game. And yeah, you are eventually, just like in real life, you're going to run into a douche canoe who is all about themselves. They don't care about you. And if somehow you're not performing how they think you should be performing, yeah, they're going to take it out on you. It's real life. That's just how life works sometimes, unfortunately. Those people exist because we do not live in a perfect world. I'm a bit ranty tonight. I apologize. Let's continue. In Game Update 6.4, we are removing the vote to kick from ranked PvP, which I think is stupid, but that's just me, which is where we see the greatest abuse of this feature. If we see continued abuse, we will remove it from other game modes as well. I would like to add that some of the original intent for vote to kick, AFK players, etc., has been mitigated over the years by increased detection methods and data logging. However, we will continue to closely monitor for the behavior vote to kick was intended to curb, and continue to invest in more advanced detection methods. Now let's talk gear and requirements in ranked PvP. In an effort to welcome more new players into ranked PvP, we implemented our bolster system, which would scale players' power to the equivalent of eye level 306. As a barrier to entry, we also required a Valor rank 25 in order to queue for ranked PvP. We would like to find a balance between keeping the queue populated with players and giving a high-quality game experience in that game mode. We believe this barrier to entry has been too low. In Game Update 6.1.4, we are adding a gear requirement of eye level 306, in addition to Valor rank requirement of 25, in order to be able to queue for solo ranked PvP. Legacy Ignore. Currently, the game supports character-based ignore lists, like this is something I was talking about, but not legacy-wide ignore, meaning harassers could just create another character and persist in ruining the experience for other players. In Game Update 6.1.4, we are updating the ignore list to ignore an entire legacy. That's awesome. In fact, I 100% back this play that they're going to do with the legacy ignore. I think that's something that, like I've always said, I've said for years, just ignore that person. And it's hard because that person will just create another tune on their legacy and try to come after you. This is a smart maneuver on this one. This is what I think they should do, and just stand by the other holistic, quotes in the air, tactics they want to do. Let's continue. If you add a player to this list, it will apply to every character they create in their legacy. It will behave very similarly to the current ignore list, with the addition of not allowing an ignored legacy into your personal stronghold. I think that's a great idea, and that's what they should just do. That is what they should do. Because then a person's going to have to go and try to create another legacy, go on another server, get another account. So it makes it harder for that douche canoe to actually do, what they want to do while they're in their basement being a keyboard warrior. So that's just my thing. I think that's a great move on their part. The future. As we look forward, we have lots more opportunities we're pursuing, including improving our in-game reporting tools and automated detection methods. I'm sorry, I really want to be snarky with that, but I'm not going to. We'll share more about what additional changes are coming as we get closer to these showing up in game. All the game side improvements coming in 6.1.4 will be available to check out in the upcoming PTS. We're eager to hear your feedback and look forward to you all trying them out. I don't know why I struggled with that last part of the sentence. Chris. Well, there you have it, my friends. We have the latest news from BioWare when it comes to toxicity and some of the things they're trying to do. Like I said, that legacy ignore thing, I think, is a great tactic and tool that they should have implemented a long time ago. I think they should hold off on any of the holistic mumbo jumbo voodoo that they want to do for this game to try to curb toxicity. But toxicity is just... it's a monster. It's just one of those things that's going to be there. And sometimes I honestly feel, and this is my own personal opinion, if you don't agree, party on. That's totally fine. But sometimes y'all need to have thicker skin in this game, in the world. There's too much emotion going on, too much to relying on that to where people get triggered by the smallest of things, and that small things become a hill, or a mountain rather, that should never have been at all. But that's just my 2 cents on that. I'm not going to go any more into that before everyone starts running away screaming to the hills. But hey, I'll always be truthful with you guys. I'll always never BS you with my feelings and opinion on things. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of you people like me. And my beard. I know, I get it, my beard. But yeah, we have that. We have the backfill system and all that improvements they're trying to do there. and with the future of things they want to implement for 614 when it comes to toxic players and all that jazz. So let me know your comments in the comment section below. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to see what you guys want to say. Iron sharpens iron. Let me know all the things. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the share button, and of course, as always, make sure you comment in the comment section below. And of course, make sure you hit the subscribe button and become part of the family here at Boomy Nation, the freak show of YouTube, the black sheep of gaming. And as always, my friends, remember to be kind. It's about community, and ignore the douche canoes of the world out there. And we'll see you later, my friends. Oh yeah, don't forget to spay and neuter your Wookiees. And we'll see you later. Good day.